Most of you pride yourself on being able to go full throttle for 12 hours a day. You wake up on caffeine, you survive the day on adrenaline, and you crash at night on a glass of bourbon or a sleeping pill. You think you're being in war, but in actuality, you're just redlining a cold engine, right? So today, we're talking about recovery. Not the sit on the couch kind, but the tactical reset kind. I'm going to show you how to use and take 15 minutes to pull your nervous system out of the gutter so you can actually benefit from your training and stay sharp for your family, all right? I'm a retired Special Warfare Combat Crewman, SWCC Senior Chief. In my world, the ops tempo was relentless. If you didn't know how to find the quiet in the middle of the storm, you didn't just get tired, you got dangerous. In the SWCC community, we have a saying: the mission doesn't stop until the boats are flushed and the gear is staged. But sometimes the mission goes on for weeks. I remember a specific high stakes training block that bled into a real world op. We were always on. 72 hours would go by where we're either on the water, prepping the boats, or staring at charts. You know the feeling, that specific wired but tired sensation where your heart is racing a steady 90 beats per minute while you're just standing still? Your skin feels tight, your eyes are burning, and your brain is buzzing with a low-grade electric hum. You're exhausted, but the moment you close your eyes, your mind starts cycling through contingency plans. I started watching the guys. You could see the red line taking its toll. The guys who couldn't find those 5-minute windows to switch off were the first ones to fray at the edges. I watched a seasoned operator, a guy who was usually surgical, drop a piece of critical serialized gear in the drink because his grip was shot from nervous fatigue. I saw comms get missed because someone's brain was too loud to hear the radio. The worst part? The snapping. Brothers who would die for each other were suddenly at each other's throats over a misplaced MRE or a minor navigation correction. Their nervous systems were pinned. They were stuck in fight mode with nothing to fight but each other. They had lost the ability to downshift, and because of that, they were becoming a liability to the detachment. We were winning the op, but we were losing the men. I spent decades with my nervous system pinned to the wall like that. I thought that high tempo was the only speed that existed. When I transitioned to the business world, I tried to run my company at the same combat speed. I was winning in business, the numbers were up, the brand was growing, but I was losing my health. I was wired but tired in the boardroom. I was snapping at my team and coming home to the family with the same red line energy. I was winning the op of business, but I was becoming a hollow man again because I never learned how to downshift. I had to stop and master the science of the tactical reset. Through parallel performance, I applied a 3-hour hero framework to help men who live high stakes lives, master the art of the downshift. We don't just teach you how to go hard, we teach you how to recover so you can stay in the fight for the long haul. What's the tactical reset? So let's deep dive into the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The gas pedal, sympathetic, this is the fight or flight. Essential for the gym, essential for high stakes negotiations or a crisis, but most of you are stuck here 24/7. The brake pedal, or the parasympathetic, this is rest and digest. This is where fat loss happens, where muscle is built, and where testosterone is produced. HRV, your heart rate variability. So to explain what this is, it's the measure of your recuperative power. If your HRV is low, your battery's dying. So we don't just guess, we calibrate. Recovery is not a passive event. It's not just not working. It's a deliberate action you take to signal to your brain that your threat is over. If you go from a high stress meeting straight to a high stress workout and then straight to a high stress family dinner, you've never actually recovered. You're just stacking stress on top of stress. Roll call. So who here feels like they can't turn their brain off at night? Drop a reset in the comments. If you're tired of being wired but tired, if this hits home, give this video a like. It helps us reach more men who are grinding themselves into the ground. In the 3-hour hero method, we use a 15-minute window every afternoon or post-workout. We have options, right? So one, 5 minutes of tactical breathing, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. This is not meditation, it's a biological overload of the vagus nerve. 2, 5 minutes of zero input. No phone, no podcast, no music, just stillness. Let the sensory noise settle. 3, 5 minutes of positional release. Put your legs up against the wall or lay flat on your back. Let the blood flow back to the core. Signal safety to the body. Here's your mission for today. Step 1, between your workday and your family time, perform the 15-minute reset. Step 2, don't walk into your house with the work energy. Use the reset to become the husband or father they deserve. Step 3, track your sleep tonight. Notice if you fall asleep faster when you've downshifted earlier in the day. Day 9 is about longevity. A machine that never cools down eventually melts down. Don't let that be your legacy. You spent years learning how to push. It's time you learn how to recover so you can keep pushing for the next 40 years. Be the quiet professional in your own life. Tomorrow, for day 10, we're hitting a massive milestone. We're talking about the 10-year vision. We're moving from losing 20 pounds to building a decade of dominance. I'm retired Special Warfare Combat Crewman SWCC Senior Chief. Subscribe and ring the bell. If you're ready to stop redlining and start performing, book a strategy call at the link below. Out here. Salute.